Hi students, today we are going to learn the lesson named A Letter to God written by G.L. Fuentes. G.L. Fuentes is a Mexican writer, he is a novelist, poet and a journalist. In this story he was telling us about a poor farmer named Lenjo and his extreme faith in God. Let's learn the biography of the writer first. Jorge Lopez y Fuentes was a Mexican novelist, poet, and journalist. He was one of the leading chroniclers of the Mexican Revolution. Here, chroniclers means the one who is writing chronicles, and chronicle is a written account of an event. He worked as a fisherman in the boat belongs to Ernest Hemingway, the most famous American writer, and who was credited as a model for his novel The Old Man and the Sea, which is published in 1952. He was awarded the National Prize of Arts and Science in 1935 and died on December 10, 1966. Let's learn the lesson now. I'll read first. The house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. From this height, one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted with the flowers that always promised a good harvest. The only thing the earth needed was a downpour, or at least a shower. Throughout the morning, Lenjo, who knew his field intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. I have given a different color to the difficult words, and let's see the meaning of those words first. Crust means the topmost part of a hill, dotted, scattered, and downpour means heavy rain. Then let's move on to the explanation of this paragraph. The writer is telling to us that there was a house on the top of a hill, and that house was the only one present in the entire valley. From that height, from the top of that hill, one could see a river and also a cornfield with full of flowers. And a flowery field is a symbol of a good harvest, or it is promising a good harvest. For a good harvest, the field wanted a downpour, a good rain. This cornfield belongs to Lenjo. He is a very good farmer and he knows his field very well. So he understood that for a good harvest, for a better profit, the field wanted a good rain, a downpour. And he was expecting a rain this day, and he was looking at the sky and waiting for a good rain from northeast. Now we are really going to get some water, woman. The woman who was preparing supper replied, "Yes, God willing." While looking at the sky, Lenjo confidently told his wife that they are going to get a good rain. She was preparing the supper in the kitchen, and she replied that yes, everything will happen as they wish. The older boys were working in the field while the smaller ones were playing near the house until the woman called to them all, "Come for dinner." Lenjo's children were also very hardworking like him. When the mother called them for the dinner, the older boys were working in the field and the younger ones were playing near the house. It was during the meal that, just as Lenjo had predicted, big drops of rain began to fall. While they were having their dinner, just as Lenjo predicted, big drops of rain began to fall. They got a rain. In the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. The wind was pleasant, and cloud could be seen coming from the northeast sky. At last he got a rain as he predicted. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. Lenjo was so happy and excited, he couldn't control his happiness. He is going to get a good result from his cornfield. He is going to get a good profit from his cornfield. So to experience the pleasure of the rain, he goes out of the house and stood in the rain. And when he returned, he exclaimed, "These aren't raindrops falling from the sky. They are new coins. The big drops are 10-cent pieces and the little ones are 5s. When he came back from the rain, he told to his family that these are not just raindrops, they are new coins. The big drops, the big raindrops are 10-cent pieces and the little ones are 5s. Here the cent is a subunit of a currency. When he came back from the rain, he told to his family members that these are not raindrops, they are new coins. The big raindrops are tens and pieces, and the small raindrops are fives. Why did he compare the raindrops with money? It is because he will get a good result from his cornfield. That year, they'll get a good harvest. And that would bring lots of money. That's why he compared raindrops with money. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers draped in a curtain of rain. Here, regarded means consider. Draped means covered. When he understood that everything is going as he expected, he became happy and satisfied. And he considered his cornfield as covered with a curtain of rain. When he saw that raindrops on the corn plants, he became so happy and comparing the raindrops with the curtain. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. Hope you know what is hailstone. It is a small ball of hail. Suddenly everything changed, everything went wrong. What happened? Unexpectedly, a strong wind started to blow. Not only that, very large hailstones began to fall. These truly did resemble new silver coins. Then boys, exposing themselves to the rain, ran out to collect the frozen pearls. At first, Lenjo compared the raindrops with money. And now the writer is telling to us that this hailstones really resembles new silver coins. The boys were so happy, the children were so happy, and they went out to collect the frozen pearls. They went out to collect the hailstones. These children don't know the problems of this heavy rain or the hailstones. They are so happy to see these hailstones. They went out to the rain and collecting those hailstones. They are enjoying the rain like that they are spending their time. It's really getting bad now, exclaimed the man. I hope it passes quickly. Lenjo was happy to see the rain, but now he became worried because the climate is getting bad now. And it will affect their cornfield and it will affect their profit. So he was hoping that everything will be okay soon, the climate will be okay soon. It did not pass quickly. For an hour, the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white as it covered with salt. But what happened? It didn't stop. The hailstones fall on the valley for an hour. The small ice pieces rained on the house, the garden, cornfield, everywhere. As the field was filled with hailstones, it looked like it was covered with salt. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. What happened after the rain? Everything was destroyed. There was not even a leaf on the trees. His cornfield destroyed completely. There was not even a flower on the plants. Lenjo's soul was filled with sadness. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons, "A plague of locusts would have left more than this." Plague of locusts means a group of locusts, and locust is an insect which destroys crops. Lenjo, the poor farmer, became so sad. After the rain and the storm, he went to his field and stood on the middle of the cornfield. Then he said to his children that a plague of locusts would have left something. They might not destroy everything like this. They might left something. What may be the feeling of that poor farmer now? Everything was destroyed, nothing left. His hard work became worthless. The hail has left nothing. This year we will have no corn. From the middle of that cornfield, he was explaining his condition, explaining their condition to his children. Their cornfield destroyed completely. This year they won't get anything from this cornfield. All their hard work become useless. That night was a sorrowful one. All our work for nothing. There is no one who can help us. We will all go hungry this year. That night was sorrowful because Lenjo understood that nothing left in his cornfield and they may not have anything for this year. He understood that he won't be able to find out money even for their food this year. He was explaining their condition with his family members. He was so sad and saying that all their work, their 1 year's work become useless and there is nobody to help them to overcome the situation. And he was telling them that they will go hungry this year. They have to face starvation. But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope, help from God. Though they were extremely sad, thinking that there was nobody to help them, they were not completely hopeless. They had a single hope, the help from God. Don't be so upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. That's what they say. No one dies of hunger. Lenjo has an extreme faith in God, so he was expecting a help from God. So they were saying that though we lost everything, none of us dies of hunger. They believed that the God will help them to survive the situation. Hope you know the meaning of the word solitary. Solitary means lonely. All through the night, Lenjo thought only of his one hope, the help from God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, see everything, even what is deep in one's conscience. He couldn't sleep in the night. Throughout the night, he was thinking about the help of God. That's their only one hope. We know that he has extreme belief in God, and he is believing that God is watching everything, not only what one is doing, but what one is thinking. What is the meaning of the word conscience? It is the moral sense of right or wrong. One's moral sense is conscience. Lenjo was an ox of a man. Ox of a man means what? Very hardworking. One who is working like an ox. Lenjo was an ox of a man working like an animal in the fields, but still he knew how to write. The following Sunday at daybreak, he began to write a letter which he himself would carry to town and place in the mail. It was nothing less than a letter to God. Lenjo, the poor farmer, was a very hard-working man. He works like an ox in the field. How does an ox work in a field? It works continuously without much rest. Like that, Lenjo also worked in his field continuously without much rest. Though he was always in his field, busy with working in the field, he was quite able to write. He knew how to read and write. So, in the following Sunday, in the morning itself, he started to write a letter, and he himself went to the town and placed that letter in the mailbox. And what was that? That was a letter for whom that letter was to God. Throughout the night, Lenjo thought about the help of God and decided to write a letter to God seeking help to overcome all these problems. That was his faith in God, that much strong and extreme belief. What did he write inside that letter? It was like this. God, he wrote, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crop comes because the hailstorm. That was the content of that letter. He wrote, God, if you are not going to help me, my whole family and I will go hungry this year. And what kind of a help he was asking? He need 100 pesos. And what is pesos? That is a former unit of a currency. And why did he asking for that 100 pesos? To sow again in his field and also to live till the crop comes. As the hailstorm destroyed everything, he has nothing now. No corn, no money, nothing. So he was asking for money, 100 pesos from God. And he was believing that God will help him by giving this money. He wrote to God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and still troubled, went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. After writing that letter, in the address part on the envelope, he wrote to God. That was the address. Then he put the letter inside the envelope and went to the town. From the post office, he collected a stamp and pasted it on the envelope. Then he put that envelope into the mailbox with the hope that when the letter received, the God will help him by giving 100 pesos. Let's see the remaining story in the second part. Thank you.